So today we're going to go over the top 3 electric mini motos on the market as of April 28th, 2025. No, the bike I own, the eBox 3.0, which I just sold, is not on that list. It's just objectively not. It is a good mini bike for electric dirt bike uses, but it's just not one of the best. So we're going to start 3 down to 1. We're going to make this super simple. It's going to go price, speed, upgradability, things like that. I'm going to go just 3 down to 1. So 3 is going to be the RAWRR Mini R with the 17-inch wheel kit upgrade conversion kit. Costs another $350 on top of the new 72-volt mini bike that they just released. But I've seen nothing but just rave reviews about it, even from adults riding them. So I think it's pretty solid. And the fact that they had a 48-volt one, the company saw we wanted a 72-volt mini bike because the mini bike market was growing up. Because obviously they make the mini bikes for younger people and they work fine, but when they started realizing a lot of adults were riding these mini bikes and loving them and they wanted more power, just more capability, they listened and did it within a year or two rather than leaving it just the way it was. And I can appreciate that. And as a person who is trying to tell you guys which one of these are kind of worth it, I think a company that constantly works on their craft is a sign that they're worth it. So that's number 3. We're going to shoot down to, no we're not. At number 3, it does have a increased high speed, a larger battery capacity, obviously because it's 72 volt now than 48 volt. So nearly double what it had to offer to begin with, which is exceptional. That 17-inch wheel kit on the front is also going to make it a lot more adaptable to different terrain and stuff, because that's what they said they noticed. Some people were having issues with how small the tires were. I know on my eBox 3.0, I had issues with how small the tires were, and it looks like they opted to fix the front tire, making it larger to handle more oncoming, level terrain and stuff. So down to number 2 spot, we're going to go with the ERide Pro Mini. And that one's around $31.99. I haven't seen the new price increase due to all these, piss fights we're having currently. But nonetheless, it was $31.99 last I looked. It has a 6 kilowatt peak motor. Now, I know that doesn't sound the best. They didn't come out with it until after a lot of these other mini bikes had released, including Electro Company's RTR. So they just didn't know an 8 kilowatt mini bike was going to drop. So they dropped the 6 kilowatt. I think in terms of upgradability, in terms of a company that's going to keep offering stuff that you can switch out and move to it, I think the ERide Pro Mini is super solid, honestly, because if, I don't have one personally, but if for what I'm seeing, the mount for the motor and everything else looks like there's some upgradability in the future coming, that's very achievable on your own in an afternoon. And I like that personally because eBox 3.0 didn't offer any other motor upgrades unless I wanted to alter the frame a lot. Don't think I should have to do that. I think the company should keep trying to innovate and add things to themselves rather than hoping you'll find someone or you'll the frame up and its structural integrity just to make something work. I'm not a big fan of that. I gotta go to work the next day every time I ride these bikes regardless of how I feel. So it just is what it is. At the end of the night, I gotta put my son to sleep regardless of how I feel. So I'm thinking about these things that you're doing to this bike frame in terms of jumping. And yesterday, one of the guys I follow on TikTok even split his RAWRR, just broke the frame. Not even the forks are fine, the frame snapped. So it's just one of those things where you gotta be smart with how these are made and what you do to them. With that being said, the ERide Pro Mini still sits there. I like it. I wish it had a bigger battery. I wish it had a larger peak motor power, but that's coming, I'm hoping. So we're gonna go ahead and scoot down to Numero Uno, my boys. Ha! Numero Uno. So this is what it is. It's Electro Company RTR. I am an affiliate with them, so I do want to explain full reasoning real quick. 8 kilowatt. It's arguably the largest peak motor on one of these mini bikes that you get out of the box. So there's that. It has recently had price increases. Can't fight that because they've all had that going on. I will say the battery coming at a 25 amp hour, which is larger than the eBox 3.0, which is only a 20 amp hour, is nice. And the fact that you can upgrade to a 35 amp hour and a 45 amp hour. It's the mod and the touring pack, which, hey, code SPARK5 gets you 5% off that. But the fact that you can get that stuff just sent to your house along with your order of the bike, and increase that ride time. It's not exactly, but depending on ride, you know, like terrain you're on, how hard you're riding it, you as an individual, how big you are, all that. It's arguably 72 volt batteries are about 1 mile per amp hour. It might be a little less, especially going uphill, stuff like that. That's just how that works. But out the gate, it's 25 amp hours, so you get around 25 miles, I'd say. Then if you get the mod pack, battery pack, it's 35 miles-ish. I'd probably say around 28, to be honest. And then there's the touring pack, which is 45 amp hours. Once again, 39, maybe 40. But nonetheless, that's just, if you're riding around the streets, I'm sure you'll get that near full 45 miles. But just to be truthful about it. The fact that they offer that just to go in there out of the box, you don't have to go to another company, hope stuff works, hope stuff fits, or go to WhatsApp and have them build a custom battery that might not work for you. Just gets rid of all that. And even more with the Electro RTR. Dang it, you got the electric mini bike, you got 2 of them maybe, and you kind of miss the dirt bike aspect of them. Like, you'd like it to be that dirt bike, but just gas. Well, they mastered the converting gas to electric, you know, industry. Well, why not do the reverse? They have a kit coming out on Electro Co's website for the RTR, where you can actually put a, I think it was a 2018 to 2024 Honda CRF 125cc motor on it. And I believe from the description of it, you don't have to alter the frame. They made it where everything is like direct bolt and mount. So they keep innovating, keep adding. Let's say you get that bike and you want to swap it over to a gas powered bike, and then 6 months later want to go back to the electric bike. In theory, as long as what they're saying, where you don't have to alter anything, it should work fine. But you know, just keep your eye out. And at any time coming throughout this summer, as long as the piss wars with the pricing of shipping things don't keep going on, there might be more mini bikes coming out that put all these bikes to shame. That's what's supposed to happen year over year, things get better. It's just a fact. But right now, April 28th, 2025, these are my top 3 picks for electric mini bikes. Stay tuned. The next video is going to be the mid-tier electric dirt bike or electric bike channel. And then there will be another video for the top tier. Y'all have a good one.